Coverage to answer your questions. Our reporters are spread across several neighborhoods in the city. We begin, though, with our Katie Lusso, who is live at one of those encampments in Washington Circle. Katie?
Yeah, and Leslie and Lorenzo, I want to talk about two things happening behind me. On one side of me, you see police lights. These are federal investigators, but I also want to talk about this white truck right here. Now, I spoke to the people inside, and they were able to tell me that they're essentially helping to pick up some of the people who are experiencing homelessness that are encountering the federal agents tonight, and they're going around and taking them and transporting them to various shelters that they have been notified there is space at. But let's take you across the street. So this particular group of federal agents, we've been really keeping tabs on them tonight, following them from spot to spot. We've watched this particular group of federal officers stop at several different spots in Georgetown, near the White House, and even in Foggy Bottom. I want to be clear, though, we have not seen this group of officers make any arrests tonight. What we have seen is them going up to people experiencing homelessness, asking them how long they've been staying there, if they have somewhere else they could go, and in one instance, we heard them let the person know that they will be coming back with what they said were resources for them, although they did not specify exactly what that meant or when. But I want you to take a look at some video that we got just in the last 2 hours when we were kind of shadowing these officers, seeing what they were up to and where they were going. You can see in the video several officers holding up flashlights as they approached people who were inside of tents. Now, this was right near L and 26th Streets in Northwest. And again, you see those officers walking along a fence. They're then going into the park and talking to various people who were inside of the various tents. At one point, we could hear one of the officers identifying herself as U.S. Park Police. We could clearly see that some of the other officers were wearing vests that said FBI on them. Now, this is all part of the president's ongoing efforts to, quote, clean up D.C., a phrase that has really struck a nerve for activists.
First of all, you don't clean up D.C. by throwing people in jail. That's shameful. And he doesn't have a long-term plan. I don't think he's able to think long-term. He is doing what authoritarians do, which is rounding up people he doesn't like to see. And we know the solution to homelessness, it's housing and support. If he actually cared about helping people who live outside, he would fund housing and support, but instead he just proposed a budget that got funding for housing. He doesn't care about helping people. He cares about demonizing people, and he cares about blaming people for sleeping outside in a city where the cost of a one-bedroom apartment is $2,300.
So as you can see behind me, that van is now gone. We did not see anybody get into the van, so clearly nobody was taken from this location. I also, again, want to mention that we did not see any arrests while we were following these officers around tonight. But again, we have seen them talking to people. We know that there's already been some announcements here to some of the people living in these tents that they have to be out of here by Monday. So this is something we will continue to follow on. In Washington Circle, I'm Katie Lusso. Back to you.
It is reassuring to see those community groups stepping up to help those in need tonight. Katie, thank you.